Uh, so this is Sairam from AI and robotics, and today we are going to discuss C++ arrays topic. So it's like in C++, an array is a variable that can store multiple values of the same type. So for an example, when we see like it's like double grade 27 over here, 27 students are there in the class, and where the grades of all them will be stored away. So instead of creating 27 separate variables, we can simply create an array, like simply create an array for it, so that all the 27 grades will be saved in one form. So your grade is called as an array, which holds maximum 27 elements of double type, and size and type of arrays cannot be changed after the declaration has been done. So while we talk about the declaration, C++ array declaration data. This is the syntax for the given declaration for the array. So data type, array, and array name, and array size. So for example, for taking up for the declaration int x6, where int is called like type of element to be stored, and x is called name of the array, and 6 is going to be the size, has been mentioned over here. Has been same taking the same example, like over here this is going to be type of the element, and this is going to be this name of the array, and this is going to be the size of the. And when we go with the access elements in C++ array, like the number is known as array index, we can access elements of an array by using those indexes. So for those syntax of access array elements is array index. So it's like we have seen in the above, like array members x0, x1, x2, x3, and x4, x5. And index are going to be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as being. So it starts with this indices start from 0, and x0 is the first. The meaning of x0 is the first element stored in at index 0. If the size of array is n, the last element is stored as n minus 1. In this example, x5 is the last element. Elements of an array have consecutive address. For example, suppose of starting with x0 is 20, 2120. Then the address of the next element will be 2021 4. When it is x1 will be, so then the address of x2 will be 2021 8, and so on. So it is being increased by size of 4, and so it's like size of int is 4 bytes. So it's like installation. When we talk with the installation, so the installation declaration looks like this. And also int x6, so where you declare up the three, like the set of six numbers, so that is like it has a size of six numbers over here. So the number, like it looks like this. And while we see onto the empty members, so where if an array has size n, we can store up to n number of elements in the array. However, what will be happen, we can store less than n number of elements. For example, store only three elements in array. So we can like not only like putting, as we are having a size of 6, we can store three numbers also, and the three will be the empty sizes. However, we have initialized with three elements. In such cases, compiler assigns random values for remaining places. Often this random will be 0, has been mentioned like this. So I've been seeing how to insert and print array elements. Like in case if like you have mark of five members, five as a size, 19, 10, 8, 17, 9. So I have like fourth element, I have to change up to 9 now. So mark of 3 to 9, I'm just changing up. Okay, so here ninth one, I'll be changing up to the size and take input from the user. This is going to be like that. And it's like I minus 1 has been mentioned out over here. We will be seeing like that. And in case we say take an example right now, so this is for displaying array elements. So we, it's like using up the same formats, using up the syntax. Over here we have been mentioned out five sizes has been mentioned up, and numbers and a scribble. Like after that we'll be mentioning a for statement, and this is how we get the input as 7 5 6 12 15 35. And while saying like we will be using like int and instead of int, and like constant and instead of int as a range declaration. Intent simply copies the array elements to the variable n during each iteration, not the memory efficient. And however uses the memory. So this is what. And next we go with the inputs from user and store them in an arrays like when you put down in numbers as 5 as giving up size and making sure like where I is less than 5 and making an increment of r plus I. Mm, like you see like 11 12 13 14 15 and making sure the numbers are 11 12 13 14 15 and you make sure it is being given in this way. And another example is sum and average of array elements. You first sum it and take an average of it. So it's like double numbers 7 5 6 12 35 27 and it's like sum count and average and it's like constant double and then numbers and later you take a sum and later you get the average of it and get the output as numbers, get the values of the input of the numbers, double numbers have been given and the sum is 92 and the average comes out to 15.33. So here like we have initialized double array named numbers but using without specifying its size. We also declare three double variables sum, count and we average. Here sum is equal to 0 and sum count is equal to 0. Then we use a range based for loop to print the array elements. In each iteration for the loop we add the current array elements to sum. We also increase the value of count by 1 in each iteration as we have been mentioned out in the last one even in the iterations has been mentioned. So it's like we increase we also increase cycle. After printing all the elements we print the sum and average of all the numbers. The average of the numbers is given by average is equal to sum by count.